Hello students! On Tuesday, we talked about the meaning of time and how to read a digital clock. Let's do a quick review of what we learned. I asked the class, what is the meaning of time? We decided that time is the moment that something happens. We also defined what a minute is. A minute is made up of 60 seconds. We then talked about an hour. An hour is made up of 60 minutes. Then I asked you, well, what if we're halfway there, but we're not quite through an hour? We then stated the name of 30 minutes is in half an hour because 30 is half of 60. Let's review how we read the digital clock. To the left of the two dots, we call this the hour section. Can anybody tell me the name of the two dots? If your answer was a colon, you are correct. We then talked about the minute sections, which is to the right of the colon. In this case, there are two zeros, so we call this o'clock. The time is 4 o'clock. Now, the time is 4:15 because the 4 is in the hour section and the number 15 is in the minute section. Today, we will learn how to read an analog clock. Let's get started. You are probably familiar with how an analog clock looks. An analog clock has two hands. The big hand is showing you minutes. The short hand shows us the hour. The long hand, which we said is the minute hand, tells us how much time has passed throughout an hour. When telling time, we always look at the hour hand first. On this clock, the hour hand is pointing to the 4. And the minute hand is pointing towards the 12. When the minute hand is directly on the 12, we call it o'clock based on the hour. In this case, the time is 4 o'clock. Now, the minute hand is facing the 1. So will we say the time is 4:01? No, we wouldn't. Each number around the clock represents counting by 5. Let's try it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Wow, look at that. It adds up to 60. Well, we talked about yesterday, an hour is 60 minutes. Let's move on. When we reach 12, yes, it does equal 60, but this means that a new hour has started because right here is 59. So do not say, wow, we reached 60. You would say it is now 5 o'clock, for example, if the hour hand was on the 5. You might be thinking to yourself, okay, I get it now. I count by 5s when I see the numbers. But what happens if the minute hand is in between these two numbers? Well, that's when I count the small tick marks in between. Each of the green tick marks represents 1 minute. So now we know that this is 5 because we count by 5s. 5. Well, what time is it now? Well, I know that you just said we count by 1s in between the tick marks. So the hour hand is on the 4. Let's count in between. 5, 6. The time is 4:06. Let's try another example. Now we see that the minute hand is facing the 6. So what time is it now? Well, the hour hand is still facing 4. So we're 4 hours, that's the hour. Now let's count the minutes using 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's 4:30. Now you do this one by yourself. The answer is 5 o'clock. If you looked over here, I still want you to understand that the hour hand is pointing towards the 5. The minute hand is towards 12, which means 0, 0, as we see on our digital clock. After you've watched this video, we will do more in-class activities. I hope you enjoyed the station where you were able to look at a video and learn how to read time.